Have you ever wondered what it actually feels like to feel secure in love? Hi, my name's Anita, and today I'm going to talk to you about secure attachment style. As I mentioned it before in one of my videos, secure attachment style is what we're all aiming for working on ourselves. But let's see what it really means to have a secure attachment. Somebody growing up with a secure attachment could mean they had amazing parents who met their physical and emotional needs and enforced the idea that it doesn't matter what happens, they will still be there for the kid, no matter if the kid makes mistakes, spills some milk, oversleeps, or forgets their gym bag at home from school. It's the idea that love is unconditional and it will not be taken away. In adult life, secure attachment means that you feel safe being close to somebody. Romantic love, for example, we're just gonna go with this example because it illustrates all my points perfectly. So let's go with the romantic relationships. In romantic love, you feel seen and accepted, and you feel able to communicate your feelings, your needs, and the things you want. You feel safe being close to somebody, and you're also okay being alone. If they don't call you for 20 minutes, if they don't text you back for 2 hours, or if you don't meet them for 2 days, it doesn't feel like the end of the world. It doesn't feel like something terrible is about to happen. It doesn't feel like you're alone, lonely, abandoned, or that they do not love you anymore. It feels okay. Another very important thing to mention here, that being securely attached means that you are able to ask for things that you need and you want without feeling guilty. A lot of us in childhood were made to feel guilty for even existing or having needs. It was an absolute no-go to ask for a chocolate ice cream or new shoes, or tell our parents that we don't want to go to school that day because we were bullied. Well, secure attachment means that you have absolute no problem, no guilt whatsoever over asking for something that you'd like. It can look like, for example, hey, I had a hard day and I would really appreciate if you could just take 30 minutes of your life and sit down and talk through with me. And it would make me feel very loved if you could hug me, or something that sort. Okay, so somebody who is securely attached can handle conflict without spiraling emotionally into something negative. What this means is that you're able to handle confrontation. For example, hey, I didn't like when you did that because it made me feel this way. And your partner can also tell you that they didn't like what you did because how it made them feel. You can handle this with a sense of calmness, rational thinking, and aiming for a solution, working through it as a team, not two opponents against each other, but as a team together against the problem that occurs. And if somebody points out a mistake of yours or something that you could improve at, it doesn't feel like a personal attack, and it doesn't feel like they don't love you anymore. And one of the most important characteristics of being securely attached is that you do not, I repeat, you do not have a fear of abandonment. Obviously, there's some healthy amount of, oh my God, I don't want to lose that person, but fear of abandonment is completely overdoing it. If you're securely attached, you don't think or feel that love that you have in your life will be taken away from you. Of course, you can still go through hardships or breakups, or you can end friendships or work relations, or even cut ties with family members. But any minor change in the relationship dynamic, any minor change in the amount of attention you're given or amount of affection that you're given doesn't necessarily indicate that that relationship is over or going to be over and that they don't love you anymore. You do not feel and do not fear that the love you have, all that positive things, will just vanish, disappear into thin air, and you won't be loved anymore. So somebody who has a secure attachment in relationships, they don't feel the need to over-explain themselves. That's very anxious to do. If you're securely attached, you can express yourself and you can explain yourself and make the other person understand. But once they've reached the understanding level, you can just stop and relax. You can genuinely feel like and think like, okay, I made my point, I explained myself, they understand. That's it. You can also be vulnerable, have negative feelings or thoughts or just a bad day without feeling extremely guilty about it and without fearing to let the other person know your vulnerability. It comes with a sense of knowing that just because I'm weak at some places, I have some weaknesses, I have some vulnerabilities, just because I expose them to you, I trust you that you will not take advantage and hurt me where it hurts the most. So securely attached people do not chase love, nor do they run from it. And I repeat, don't chase love, nor do they run from it. Chasing love is very anxious, and running away from love is more avoidant. In secure attachment style, we don't do any of that. We accept love and we give love. We don't feel trapped. We don't feel suffocated. We don't feel like, oh, we need some space. Of course, there are times when you are gonna need some space. Even the most securely attached person is gonna need some space sometimes. But the way it's communicated and the way it's needed is very different. Having healthy boundaries and healthy time and space for yourself means that you are able to self-regulate. That means when you're alone and you think through your thoughts and feel your emotions and try to make a sense of it, that's self-regulation. And co-regulation means that you do all of that with another person. So in a relationship, you always aim to co-regulate, to work both of your thoughts and feelings out together at the same time, relatively at the same time, and not pull away until I fix everything internal and external, and then I can come back to you, and then we can go on with the relationship. Healthy taking time for yourself in a healthy way looks like some problem arises, let's say in your romantic relationship, and you have this fight, and you just be like, okay, look, I'm getting very frustrated. I don't feel like this is going anywhere. I'm gonna step outside for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I'm gonna take a walk or smoke a cigarette or whatever it's that you do. I'm gonna take a walk for 15 minutes and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about this. Take this 15 minutes to calm down. Really just think about how you want this argument to go, what the end goal is, and then we can continue once we're both calm. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly healthy. And then again, when the other person takes 10 or 15 minutes to just self-regulate a little bit, you do not feel like that's the end of the world. You don't feel like they're about to walk out on you, they're about to hurt you, your world is shattering and collapsing and blowing up. Everything's fine. They're just gonna take 10 minutes. Everything's fine. I'm just gonna take 10 minutes. We're gonna worry this out. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's fine. I'm still loved and I still love you. That's the secure attachment. In secure attachment, You do not abandon yourself, meaning you don't put somebody else's needs in front of your own. Sometimes, some situations sometimes call for that. That's fine within the healthy boundaries, but you're not gonna go and people please. You're not gonna go and people please. You're not gonna go and self-sacrifice. Like back in time, many mothers, many females have done that, and they end up with cancer because all the suppressed and repressed emotions they could never ever truly feel. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You want to express your thoughts. You want to express your feelings in a healthy way, meanwhile setting healthy boundaries. Another sign of being securely attached is that you feel worthy of love. You don't feel like an imposter for loving somebody or for getting love. You don't feel like if they see the real you, they're gonna leave. You don't think that if they actually saw you, like really saw you, they wouldn't wanna have anything to do with you. No, you feel like it might be a little bit scary to show somebody all of me and to open up completely. It might be scary, but I'm gonna do it. It works out, it's great. It doesn't, even better, because that means something else that even better is out there for me. You don't feel like I'm unworthy of this love, this relationship, or these blessings around me. You feel like, yes, I deserve this, I am worthy for this, and I can accept it, I can take it. Somebody who is securely attached can allow themselves to feel their emotions, meaning there's something happening that upset you, and you're like, okay, I'm upset, this is what I feel, this is why I feel it, and this is what I think, and that's what's up. Somebody would be more avoidant, they would rather mask it and not even talk about it, and they would be like, yeah, I don't know, I just need some time, I just want to be alone, because that's their way of regulating, because they have learned in childhood that emotions and expressing emotions are not safe, and in one way or another will lead to negative outcome, punishment, abandonment, some sort of that. But this video isn't about avoidant people. This is about secure attachment. If you're interested in avoidant attachment, watch my video on avoidant attachment. So just to avoid some very common misunderstandings, it's not that you're completely detached. That's, again, avoidant. It's that you care, but you care within healthy boundaries. It's that you put your other person's needs, you take your other person's needs and you care for them, but not more than you care for yourself. You're not gonna abandon yourself. You're not gonna sacrifice yourself and your wants and needs to make somebody happy and to earn their love. In secure attachment, you understand that love isn't earned. Love is given. And not because of what you do, but because who you are. So how do we move towards secure attachment? Because if we're being honest, it's very rare that somebody grows up with secure attachment. So most of us who are now securely attached started out as not securely attached. So if this doesn't sound like you, don't worry, there's hope for you. You just need to do a little bit of inner work. And how do you do that? For example, you can gently reparent your own emotions. You can find your inner child, and because a lot of times under stress, it's not the adult current version of you that speaks, it's your inner child. Does that make sense? So you can find this inner child and comfort this inner child. You can think about what my inner child would need at this moment. Does my inner child feel afraid, abandoned, alone? Doesn't matter what it is, find out what it is and comfort it. Now you became the adult that you would have needed as a child. So act like it, and do not forget, sometimes we don't even notice, but our inner child starts to speak instead of us. You can also journal. You can go through what you're feeling and why you're feeling and what do you need. Once you have a clarity on what you feel, why and how, and what do you need and what do you want and why, that's a huge step towards being securely attached. Once you have all of those figured out, you can find a way to communicate it to your loved ones, and that is a healthy and secure relationship. You also need to learn how to self-soothe, but even better, co-regulate, especially in relationships. And I might make an entire video on that because I don't want to make this video too long. So yeah, if you never felt secure in love, it's not your fault. It's your parents. It's not your fault. It's your nervous system. It's not your personality. If you want to push people away, if you want to run away from them, if you want to chase them, if they never give you enough love, it's not your fault. It's not your personality. It's your nervous system. And don't worry, you're not alone. You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the way you grew up, which now the responsibility is in your hands. You can do whatever you want with it. You can reparent yourself to become perfectly securely attached and happy. With that, I would like to conclude this video, and thank you so much for watching it. And if you'd like to see more of these types of videos, let me know. I'm always open to make more and create more.